and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, April the 2nd, 2019. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, American Automobile Association says gas prices should be a little cheaper this spring. The annual Miss Tullahoma contest is coming up soon. A Major League Baseball player with roots in Tullahoma has his high school number retired, and the area's court-appointed Special Advocates program is planning a fundraiser this weekend. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC in Winchester. Check out the 2019 Chevrolet Impala up to 19% off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC on the bypass in Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Can you imagine a world without beauty, without color, without creativity, without art? Well, neither can we. Keep arts alive and experience all kinds of arts and crafts at the second annual Arts Alive Tullahoma on the newly renovated lawn of the South Jackson Civic Center, May 25th and 26th. For details, visit TullahomaArtsCouncil.com and come spend the day at our fun, family-friendly arts festival.
Welcome back. Spring fever may be in the air, but American motorists already have summer road trips on their mind. AAA's latest gas price survey found that if gas prices remain low, 1 in 3 Americans would likely plan another summer road trip, while 27% would increase the distance of one, with Generation X more likely to do both than baby boomers. AAA expects the national gas price average this spring to reach $2.75, a savings of nearly 20 cents compared to last year's high of $2.92.
In addition to increasing the number or mileage of summer road trips, the AAA survey shows that Americans said lower gas prices would encourage them to spend or save more, but this varies based on generation and the region where they live. 53% of millennials and 49% of Generation Xers say they would put aside money for savings as compared to 44% of baby boomers. Generation X is more likely to increase shopping, dining out, drive more on a weekly basis, or use more expensive gas as compared to baby boomers. 11% of motorists in the South and West say they would use more expensive gas, while 5% of those in the Midwest and 7% in the Northeast would be willing to upgrade fuel types.
John Gray spoke with Tullahoma High School marketing teacher Sharon Woodard about this year's Miss Tullahoma pageant.
Miss Woodard from Tullahoma High School, and she is the one who plans the Miss Tullahoma contest for years now. How many years have you been doing that?
It's been close to 18 years. I was kind of the assistant, and when Miss Harper left, they were like, would you like to do it? And I was like, love to. So here I am.
And this is the year?
55, 56. It's the big decade that I usually try to, keep up with. So we're coming up on 60.
Okay.
So in the next few years. So we're hoping we can keep it together, keep rolling. Each year we get a little concerned with our numbers.
And I guess the numbers sort of started falling off because we were just discussing earlier that when I was in school, which is 53 years ago, I was the announcer for Miss Tullahoma, and I think there were 130 some odd women.
Right, and that was when we'd be there till 11, 12
it was
at
all,
night.
It was all day long, and it was forever.
Yeah.
But there was no way for young women to make their mark.
Right.
Except maybe girls basketball, which had 2 courts that they could play on, and band, and being on the staff of the paper or something. Right. There are other opportunities now for young women to make their mark, and so not as many of them walk the stage, but it gives them confidence.
It does. It does take bravery. That's what I say. Step out, do this. you may not win. There's only, 5 that are going to fall on top, but you're winning by competing and being a part of something like that, regardless of whether you're at the tippy top of the list. You are winning and making a difference in your life.
That's right. It gives you confidence and pride. Mm-hmm. And again, this is going to be the 13th.
13th of April. Miss Tullahoma starts at 6:30, Junior Miss at 2 o'clock, Little Miss at 4:30. I usually post it on the website, but we are having we're revamping the Tullahoma High School website.
Okay.
So you can't really find the forms there right now.
Okay.
So if you have any information at all, it's got my phone number on it. Call me, text me your email address. I'll be glad to email it to you. You can stop by the library to get the Miss Tullahoma information. You can stop by East or West Middle School for the Junior Miss information, and the main office for Little Miss.
Okay.
So we'd love to have you come on out. It's always a fun day.
Oh yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah,
we have a good time. So Miss Tullahoma, here she is. Miss Tullahoma.
I feel bad today. I usually try to be formal when I'm talking about Miss Tullahoma.
You're formal to me.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. 2018 Kia Stinger up to $10,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Tullahoma Earth Day Festival. Let's start a chain reaction that creates action. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Join us for the second annual Earth Day Festival on Saturday, April 27th, starting at 1 p.m. at Fraser McEwen Park. Enjoy an evening of music, a night in Nashville with Lee Gibson and Company. This free event has over 30 earth-friendly vendors, kids' activities, food, beer, and more. Special thanks to our sponsors. That's Tullahoma's Earth Day Festival on Saturday, April 27th at 1 p.m.
Welcome back. The 2019 Major League Baseball season opened last week. At least 2 Tullahoma natives, Justice Sheffield and David Hess, opened the year on a Major League roster. Hess was in Tullahoma over the offseason for a speaking engagement, which also included the retiring of his high school number.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things about tonight that was going to be really special, besides having David Hess come back and speak, was one of the traditions at Tullahoma High School has been, for those players that make it to Major League Baseball, the history has been that their high school uniform jersey gets retired. And one of the things about putting this thing together, it worked out well that we could have it on the same night where we could have David come and speak, but also be able to have this ceremony. One of the things that is really special about it is, like I said before, when I was talking earlier, the idea that we're going to retire this uniform, never be worn by anybody else, but yet there will be a jersey that hangs permanently in the gym lobby area of the high school for all the kids and anybody else that comes along to be able to see the accomplishments that Dave was able to reach, not only at Tullahoma High School, but through his career at Tennessee Tech, and what we hope is going to be a continued lengthy career in Major League Baseball. And if you look to my left and my right, the one over here to our right is the one that we're going to hand to David for him to take home, possibly give to Jim. And the one on my left is the one that we're going to hang in the school. So I'm going to turn it over to our athletic director, Coach John Ollett, for the rest of the presentation.
And I'm not going to keep it very long because I'm going to call his baseball coach, Brad White, and Dustin Hazlett up here. And if Travis makes it back, each one of them is going to share briefly with you, and then I'll close this out. Coach White.
Thank y'all for having me tonight. It's an honor and a privilege to stand here beside this young man. I was asked to say a couple of things about him. What comes to mind when I coach David Hess? Number one, coachable. You plant a seed with him and he runs with it. I remember the cross-country thing really well. We're talking about running. He comes to me one day and says, Coach, what do you think about running cross-country? I was like, that'd be excellent. I know Coach Lester, I'll get you hooked up with it. And he went with it from there, and he's loved it ever since. The other thing is just his coachability. Mentioned to us at a young age how we believe in long tossing. I can tell you, I can't count how many times I would just go down to the field to do something, and there's you and Jim down there slinging it. I think at some point I said, if you throw it over the fence 300 feet, you can throw 90 miles an hour. He wore out that fence, getting ready to throw it over that fence 310 feet in left field and even further than that. But it's just been a privilege and an honor. David, I just can't tell you how much I've enjoyed watching you now with my kids. That's a whole nother experience that I really enjoy. And I just thank you so much for letting me be part of it.
One funny, I guess, story about David that I will always remember, and I still do this to some kids now, especially the young, very naive freshmen. David would believe anything that I said. It seemed like he just ran with whatever. So one day, right before a big tournament, we had Farragut, the #1 team in the state, coming in. It ended in rain, cats and dogs like all day. Tarp had been on the field, but our tarp was brutal, so I was out there hand raking and everything. And David was running behind me. Coach, what can I do to help you? And after raking forever, I was frustrated, so I said, David, go behind the stadium and turn on the field warmer. And I think he's still looking for it. Thankfully now at Camden Yards, they probably really do have that, and they can dry their field out. But David, we're all proud of you, man, and can't wait to see you play, bud.
Well, it's my honor and pleasure to be a part of this program and honoring such a fine young man. David, what year did you try out for football with us? And Ronald Gray taught you into doing that?
Junior year? Going into my junior year.
Going into his junior year, he made it through one practice, Mr. Wilson. He broke his arm before that practice ended. And I want you to know that I take, since Coach Bray's not here, I'm going to take full credit for him because his ERA dropped from 3.85 to 1.91 the next year, based on his abilities that he showed with us. David, we're going to retire this baseball jersey, number 12. It will not be worn again until your son happens to come along at Tullahoma High School. And then we can unretire it for him for a few years if you'd like. Or I won't be around, but if you've got a grandson someday that wants to wear it, I'm sure that they'll be glad to unretire it for a couple of years. But anyway, we hope you come back to Tullahoma someday. Congratulations and thank you so much for all you've given us. Thank you, everything.
To hear all the things, the compliments that are being given, a lot of those things, you know, you hear that, you don't think that that's being, I guess, just rubbed off on the people around you, or the coaches that you have, and the people that are watching you on an everyday basis. But I'm incredibly grateful to just Coach Olive, Coach King, Coach White, Coach Hazlett for helping me along just in so many different ways. Thank you to everybody in the community. I mean, you guys are truly the backbone that's gotten me to this point. Thank you for my mom, or to my mom, to my dad. I mean, they're incredible. I have my other family here. It's great. My wife. I mean, honestly, just been such a blessing to be able to come back and get to enjoy the time with you guys. And I know I've talked your ear off for a while already, so I'll make this pretty quick. But more than anything, just again, just thank you guys so much. I hope that something that was said tonight stuck with you. I really hope that I can pass along something that's been passed along to me by everybody in this room. And again, thank you. It's a huge honor.
And we send congratulations to David Hess, who just last evening went 7 innings of no-hit baseball against the Toronto Blue Jays in his first start of the season. Congratulations, David. And we'll have more News Leader on 6 after these messages.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
The Franklin County Kiwanis presents the 32nd Annual High on the Hog Festival located in the Winchester City Park April 16th through the 20th with motorcycle poker run, primetime carnival, and midway, Traders Bank Backyard Barbecue Contest, the KCBS Pro Contest, Friday entertainment with Hunter Girl, Midnight Train from Memphis, and Matthew Jackson, Saturday entertainment with Mary Catherine Williams Band and the Allison McCormick Band, also craft fair and cornhole tournament. That's the High on the Hog Festival April 16th through the 20th, brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back. The Court-Appointed Special Advocates Program is conducting a fundraiser this weekend. John Gray brings us the story.
I'm very glad to have a young lady with me today who has a very, very important subject to discuss, and I have with me Wanda Strayhorn today, and we're going to talk about CASA. Give our audience a real good definition of CASA and the work that you're trying to accomplish.
I'll be happy to do that. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate. It is not the restaurant that's down the street.
I love Mexican food too.
I do too. I do too. But we don't serve any Mexican food. We serve children who have been dependent and neglected and come to the court, the juvenile court, for dependency and neglect, who have been abused sexually, mentally, and neglectfully, and physically as well. Right. And the judge decides that the parents, of course, generally are the ones, or someone that they communicate with, have been the person that has abused that child. Okay. So what he does is he feels like with DCS, the Department of Children's Services, they have so many children that they care for, and they have to watch over the entire family and manage the entire family. What CASA does is we are the focus for that child. We are the voice. We are the advocate. In other words, we are speaking for children in all aspects of their lives. CASA is given a court order that allows us to talk to mom and dad, doctors, mental health professionals, school teachers,
Uncle George,
Grandpa Joe, anyone that affects that child's life. And we do that by volunteers, community volunteers. And so today, I am appealing to the communities. We serve Bedford, Coffee, and Franklin counties. Mm-hmm. And I'm appealing to you that if you have a desire to give back and a passion for children, mm-hmm. that volunteering is something that is rewarding. And we have a class. Of course, we teach you 35 hours of training. It's mm-hmm. intensive training. We're not bound by a lot of legal precedents. CASAs are bound by what they observe. And then we allow the guardian ad litem, which is the GAL, the child's attorney, to handle the legal part of that. So we're not legal professionals. No. We are people that come from all walks of life that just have a common knowledge about what needs to happen for the best interest of the child, objectively. And it's fact-based. After the training, which is, as I said, 35 hours of training, which is spread out, it's not all at one time. it is spread out over a few weeks.
Right.
And the training is wonderful and engaging. We also invite other agencies in the community who are expertise in physical abuse, domestic violence, drug abuse. The Department of Children's Services may come in and present. So all those people who have the expertise come in and present to the class so that they can be more knowledgeable. After the class is finished, the volunteer is sworn in by the juvenile judge of the county that they live in. Because there are not enough foster homes in this community, children may be placed far away from their community. Everything that they've known, their schools, their friends, their homes, and they're placed with individuals that they don't know and communities that they're not familiar with. And the thing that is unique about the CASA is that their CASA, who is assigned to them, will follow them wherever they go and visit at least once a month, have contact with that child, spend time with the child, knowing what their community and their life is like in the school, in the home they're placed. Or you go, and I only have 2 seconds.
And yeah, go ahead. No, we're going to let you go. You're going to raise some money, right?
We're going to raise some money because we're a nonprofit organization, so we have to raise our funds. We have on April 6th, we have, if you want to be a superhero,
There you go.
Calling all superheroes to be volunteers and to participate in our 5K, our superhero 5K walk run, which is April 6th. The race starts at 8 o'clock. Fees are $25 if you register before April 1st. If after that, then it's $35. Along with that race, you get a t-shirt. And we're asking for sponsors, we're asking for participants, we're asking for, also, we're going to have...
Where is it?
It's going to be at Fraser McEwen Park here in Tullahoma. Thank you for directing me because I'm so excited about it because we're going to have other agencies like the Department of Children's Services.
All of them going to be there.
They're going to be there to let you know what it takes to be an asset to a child.
And more newsletter is coming up in just a moment.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. From flatbeds to dump beds and anything in between, let our commercial truck department tell you all about it at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma on Highway 55. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing.
Welcome back. The U.S. Navy Band made a stop in Tullahoma recently for a show at Tullahoma High School. In this video, the band performs Be Our Guest.
There's an old man called the Mississippi. That's the old man that I'd like to be. What does he care if the world got troubles? What does he care if the land ain't free?
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guest includes Susan Campbell from the Friends of South Cumberland, who will remind us about the upcoming Trails and Trilliums event in Monteagle. We'll speak with Tom Bentley about the upcoming Piping on the Green at the Celtic Cup, and another day of hope is coming to help out area residents in need. All that and more on this week's Living.
And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester. Check out the 2018 Ford Expedition, up to $11,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Ford on 41 and Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1946 at 83 degrees. The record low was in 1955 at 27 degrees. Average high on this day is 69, and the average low is 44. Clear weather expected tonight with a low of around 37. Mostly sunny weather in the forecast for Wednesday with a high of 69 and a low of 47, and some rain in the afternoon on Thursday expected with a high of 68 and a low of 53. And that's our news leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.